My name is William Green, and listen, my address is 90 Lowell Street because I'm a police officer in the city. And what I'm about to share with you is probably one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do in my life. So just give me a second to compose myself. Because what I'm about to do is turn every single police officer in the city against me. These are my brother officers that I've worked with for the last 9 years. But there is systemic discrimination, racial discrimination, in our police department. What I tell you is the truth. The consequences for me standing here to tell you the truth are grave. Tomorrow I face potential character assassination, among other things that are unpleasant. But I do not stand here afraid because I fear only God. And there is an injustice here. There are several questions that I'd like to ask you because I have attempted to make this issue known at the police department, following the chain, as I have been reminded many times. I've attempted numerous occasions to speak to Mayor Rivera. I have been redirected to the police department, the same police department which engages in discriminatory practices. This cannot go unanswered. This is a real issue. When 95% of this city looks like me, we as police officers, I as a police officer, and you as a city council elected official have a responsibility to the people that are my neighbors, my friends, and my family. There are 3 questions I want you to consider because I question, on one hand, the appropriateness of bringing this issue to a public forum. But I don't have anything to hide.
Move.
The ones that are being kept in the dark are those that don't have a voice. They're the victimized illegal immigrants who fear reporting to the station to be victimized a second time. I'm here as their voice. When I took the oath and you gave me the badge, that wasn't just rhetoric, just fun talk, good time, romantic notions. I believe this, and I'm putting it all on the line. Why are there only 3 minority sergeants, 3 minority supervisors in the department? You have policymakers that define the law enforcement community in our city that represent racially and culturally homogeneous power structure that is fundamentally against the culture of the city. It needs to be answered. That's a question that needs to be answered. Is it intentional?
Yes.
Why are there no Spanish-speaking detectives on our drug unit? I don't know. You know, that question for me, really, I mean, speaking in terms of logical efficiencies, the omission of Spanish-speaking officers in the drug unit in Lawrence can only be defined as discriminatory with minority officers and members of the community suffering alike. 95% of the city, maybe that's an inflated estimate. And you don't have a single, not one. How about upstairs in detectives? How many do we have? 2? These are things that you can verify, and you have the responsibility, just as I have the responsibility to bring this to your attention, verify these things.
May I interject? We only have a limited time, and I understand that you have a great deal to say. May I suggest that you probably meet with counselors here so that we can hear your concerns and see how we can help. I obviously I cannot give you more time than allotted, and I know what you're saying is important. So if you don't mind, what I would like to do is that if you remain after the meeting, I would like to speak to you, and maybe some other councilors would like to meet with you so that we can arrange a meeting and discuss your concern and find out what we can do about it.
Council President, I do understand the time, and I would like to respect, the city council chambers. The only thing that I'd like to say is I'm not here simply to identify problems. There are solutions. I believe that we have the responsibility and the authority to effect change here. If you give me the tools, if you give me a canvas, paint and brushes, and say, paint me a masterpiece, I will bring you the Mona Lisa. But if I bring you the Mona Lisa, don't throw the Mona Lisa in the garbage and ask for a stick figure. Solutions,
that's
and again,
why-
I have my card with my telephone number. Unfortunately, I cannot remain after the meeting, but I do have my card for anyone who would like one. Feel free to contact me.
Can you leave it with our secretary so that we can contact you then?
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you for coming.